Two super kites were flown in the sky of Zhaozhuang in East China's Shandong province recently. One of the longest one was formed by 250 small morning glory-shaped kites that stretches 750 meters, making it the most conspicuous one among many other kites flown by local people who gathered in the city square as the weather warms up. According to Guo Yiping, the maker of the string of kites, it's not yet the longest one he has ever made. He once made one with a total length of 2,000 meters. Another super kite made by Guo is an octopus-shaped kite which covers an area of 500 square meters with a total length of 50 meters and weighing over 35 kilograms. With the help of strong wind, the monster kite, handled by 4 people, was finally flown into the sky, accompanied by rounds of applause and cheering of the audience. Hundreds of art lovers lined up at a downtown shopping mall in Shanghai to get a glimpse of works by French Impressionist Claude Monet as the country's biggest ever exhibition of his paintings opened on Saturday. By 1400 Saturday afternoon, the screen inside the K11 shopping center showed more than 2,000 people had already entered the exhibition and 800 were waiting in line. Tickets are limited to 2 per person. According to a visitor, she came from Hangzhou, arrived in the morning and waited for more than 3 hours before entering the exhibition. She said, after all, it was worthwhile. The 40 original Monet included the artist's childhood cartoons and paintings from the last 40 years of life, where he lived and worked in Giverny, northern France. The 2-meter-tall Water Lily series and 3-meter-long Wisteria are the largest Monet paintings that have ever come to the Chinese mainland.
There is not only one Monet, but there is several Monet in perpetual evolution. So they discovered at the very beginning of the Impressionism, then the Garden of Giverny, and then the final works. All of them are different, and it is representative of what is one of the most important French painter in art history.
The exhibition includes 12 original paintings from other Impressionists, such as Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and 3 items from Monet's daily life glasses, a pipe and a color palette. All are from the Marmottan Monet Museum. The 55 paintings are worth an estimated 600 million euros. A German robot manufacturer has opened a new plant in Shanghai by showcasing their ping-pong playing robot alongside table tennis star Timo Boll from Germany. But the KR Aguilas faces competition from the Chinese when it comes to ping pong. KUKA, the German robot manufacturer, is celebrating the opening of a new plant in Shanghai. German ping pong star Timo Boll, ranked number 8 in the world and ambassador for KUKA, has loaned the company his skills to make a promotional video showing off one of the company's flagship robots, the KR Aguilas, which is normally used in the construction of cars. In the video, the German player is competing against KR Aguilas, which has been specially adapted. Boll begins by losing the first points of the match, but ends up winning the game 11-9 in a dramatic final. Ping pong is more than a sport in China. It's a source of national pride, and the Chinese have dominated the game for decades. 14-year-old Chen Shifan is a member of the Shanghai Table Tennis School, founded by the Chinese table tennis star Chao Yanhua. Shifan says in the real world he has no doubt who would win a game played by man versus robot. He said ping pong is not an easy game. It requires flexibility in drop points and positions, which cannot be calculated by machines accurately. The ball's robot's hitback will not be a threat, so it'll be easy for professional athletes to handle them. Keeping an eye on the ball and using a ping pong bat might be child's play for some humans, but it's a huge advance for machines. The KR Aguilas comes with either 5 or 6 axes and has integrated energy supply system. The robot is designed for working at high speeds with precision. It is capable of handling, loading and assembly work in factories, but it can also master unusual tasks as seen in the staged ping pong match.
What we're doing is not a revolution, we are working on the evolution, so we are going step by step. The robot, first you get a vision, robot can see. Then you put a robot on a navigating tool, robot can move. Then you're combining moving and seeing. Then you add haptics, so that's how we work on it. So we work on the hardware on the one hand, so have a much broader spectrum of tasks, and then we're adding software. And by the combination, robots will in the future do things which men can do.
The new 20,000 square meter plant will employ 350 people in manufacturing, marketing and distribution, and will assemble robots mainly for automotive clients as well as other industries. The Chinese market currently accounts for a fifth of the company's overall robotics sales. China brings in $206 million for KUKA, though the company says it hopes to increase that number to about $828 million over the next 3 to 5 years. The quest for building artificial humans is highly competitive, and in China, KUKA has competition. Scientists at Zhejiang University have spent 4 years on the development of this humanoid as part of a Ministry of Science and Technology-led program. Wu, currently under maintenance, and his brother Kong are 1.6 meters tall and weigh 55 kilograms. They are not as skillful as Aguilas because they are unstable on their feet. Researchers are currently working on bionic legs that will allow Wu and Kong to overcome the problem of not being able to move their feet. But their ping-pong skills are still pretty impressive. The robots track the balls using eye-mounted cameras that capture 120 images per second. These images are then transmitted to the robot's processors that allow them to make a proper response, calculating the speed, position, angle, path, and land position of the ball. And they don't just play with humans, they can play between themselves too. Their record to date is 144 rounds. A 400-year-old European masterpiece is going on show in Asia for the first time. Caravaggio's Supper at Emmaus, valued at $83 million, is being loaned to a small gallery in Hong Kong. This classic image of light and shadow from the 17th century is bridging continents in the 21st century. Supper at Emmaus, created by Italian artist Caravaggio, has been loaned to the Asia Society's Hong Kong Centre by one of Italy's landmark museums, the Pinacoteca in Brera in Milan. Elaborate arrangements were made for transporting the painting. Unpacking and mounting this masterpiece is a delicate process. This is believed to be the first time that this Caravaggio work has gone on display in Asia. The idea of transporting Supper at Emmaus to Hong Kong came by Italy's consulate in Hong Kong, which last year brought another Italian masterpiece, Botticelli's Venus, to this part of Asia. Director of the Brera in Pinacoteca, Sandrina Bandrera, who has also travelled from Italy, says the arrival of the Caravaggio is important ahead of Italy's own international expo next year. Supper at Emmaus shows a moment from the Christian Gospels when Jesus Christ is said to have revealed himself after his resurrection. The subject matter stems from European tradition, but critics value its treatment and style as groundbreaking in overall artistic development towards a realistic depiction of light and shadow. Hong Kong has an established Christian community and it experienced a burst of prosperity in the late 20th century. But most of it, more than 7 million populations, do not have a chance to experience major international art from Europe on their doorstep. Mong hopes that the Caravaggio will help boost interest.
I think everybody thought it's a great idea because Caravaggio has never been to Hong Kong, and that was something that we were surprised to learn. Not only has it not been to Hong Kong, but Caravaggio, this particular Caravaggio, has never been to Asia.
Around 40,000 people are expected to view Supper at Emmaus, which will be on display at the Asian Society Hong Kong Centre from 12th March to 13th April 2014. A memorial ceremony was held on March 9th in the tsunami-stricken city of Rikuzen-Takata in Iwate Prefecture, ahead of the 3rd anniversary of the disaster. The tsunami devastated the city, killing 1,599 people. 215 are still missing. The city's death toll was the highest in the prefecture. The ceremony was held on Sunday to make it easier for those who had to travel long distances. About 1,200 people, including victims' relatives, attended the event. After a silent prayer, Mayor Futoshi Toba said, 3 years have passed since the day when everyone in the city felt only despair. He said 2014 will be a critical year as the reconstruction work will be in full swing. He added that he wants 2014 to be a year when people can be hopeful about the future. Nobuyuki Kumagai, who lost his wife in the disaster, said he has been able to keep going for 3 years thanks to the support he received from people around the world. He said he hopes the city will be rebuilt and become safe so there will be no more disaster victims. The participants left flowers in front of a monument and offered prayers. A memorial ceremony was also held for victims in Okuma Town, Fukushima Prefecture, at the temporary town office of Aizu Wakamatsu City in western Fukushima. The accident at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant forced the evacuation of everyone in the town. 96% of the town's residents lived in places that have now been designated as areas where people will not be allowed to return for a long time. About 80 people attended the ceremony. After the participants offered a silent prayer, Mayor Tohishuta Watanabe said he can imagine the sense of loss that the victims' relatives are feeling. He said he will do his best to enable as many people as possible to return to their homes. 112 people from the town died in the disaster or from illness in evacuation facilities. One person remains missing. Participants at the ceremony left flowers on an altar and quietly prayed. Children in the Brazilian capital of Sao Paulo have drawn pictures to encourage young people in northern Japan who were affected by the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. 19 children took part in the event, organized by a Japanese fashion designer. They made drawings and wrote messages after hearing stories about the disaster. One child drew young leaves around the flags of Japan and Brazil. He said he hopes his picture will cheer up the children in northern Japan. Another child said she worked hard on a colorful drawing after hearing the sad story of the disaster. The works will go on display in July in Tokyo. Today is the birthday celebration of the famous playback singer Shreya Ghoshal. Born in a Bengali family in Murshidabad in western Bengal, Shreya Ghoshal has been blessed with a voice that the nation craves to hear. Born to culturally inclined parents, Shreya has singing in her blood ever since her childhood days. Lessons of singing began at home as her mother was also a singer. Singing soon became her passion, and at a very young age, she emerged as the winner of the Sarigama in 1999. It was no looking back for Shreya thereafter. She started lending her voice for well-acclaimed actresses in their leading films. Shreya's Bollywood playback singing career began with Devdas, for which she received a National Film Award for Best Female Playback Singer, a Filmfare Award for Best Female Playback Singer, and a Filmfare R.D. Burman Award for New Music Talent for her song. Since then, she has received many other awards. She was also honored from the U.S. state of Ohio, wherein Governor Ted Strickland declared 26 June as Shreya Ghoshal Day. Apart from Hindi and Bengali, she has also lent her voice in languages such as Assamese, Gujarati, Kannada, Malayalam, Marathi, Nepali, Oriya, Punjabi, Telugu and Tamil. Pinu Bole of Paninita, O Rangrees from Bag Milka Bag, Ashian from Barfi, Barsun Re Mega from Guru are some of the famous songs by Shreya Ghoshal.